mind we go and say hello to old McLeod?
Sure, it's not too far.
We gotta get home before dark. It's gonna be a cold night.
There's plenty of time. Anyhow, it's cold now, and I wouldn't say no to some hot tea.
Okay, let's go. Mr. McLeod. Head to the world.
You think he'd mind if we made some tea?
Why should he? Go right ahead. I guess he'd be glad of a cup if he wakes up.
Gold. Gold. Gold, gold, gold. I found the gold. I found it. Gold.
Mr. McLeod?
Huh? Oh. Hi, kids. How'd you get here?
We just dropped by to say hello.
Yeah, that's nice. He's been digging a hole in my floor.
Well, that was you.
Don't start no arguments with me. If there's one thing makes me madder than a wet hand, that's the people that start arguments.
You were dreaming.
Huh? Dreaming? Oh, yeah. That's how I found the gold. I gotta get it wrote down before I forget it. There's a big bluff and a pine and a logging road. Okay, oh. Gotta get it wrote down. Well, you don't expect me to remember things the way I did when I was a kid of 60, do you? Let's see here. See, go along the old logging road, and you take the jog to the right, and you go through the little valley that was burned over last spring, and you go over the top of that ridge, and from there, you ought to be able to see it, I guess. And that's where the gold is.
You got all that in a dream?
Yeah, say it was a pretty valuable type dream. I figure I'm worth about $1 million right now. Yeah, hey, don't go away. I'll be back pretty soon. A couple of days or so. In the meantime, make yourself at home. Make yourself some tea or something. And don't tell nobody about the gold.
Hey, Mr. McLeod, come back. We think he's gone off his head.
You do?
Into the bush like that, with just a pack and a rifle.
And a dark cold night coming on. Guy's just gotta be crazy.
He's been crazy for a long time, in a kind of way. It depends on what you mean by crazy.
I don't think he was awake properly. He had this dream about gold.
He's had that for 60 years.
He said something about a gold mine at the foot of a bluff with pine trees on it.
You know it?
I know plenty of bluffs with pine trees on top, but I guess it depends what you mean by a bluff.
Any other clues?
Well, he said something about Loon Lake. He was kind of rambling. It wasn't easy to make out what he was saying.
Look, if he was half asleep and it turns out to be a cold night, that'll wake him up and he'll go back home. So just forget about it.
What if he doesn't go back home?
That's up to him. He's a free man. He's been over 21 for a long time. He can do as he likes, and I can't stop him.
We think somebody ought to take a look for him, just to make sure he's okay.
You just stop being silly. If anyone can look after himself in the bush, McLeod can. All right? Maybe someday he'll die in the bush. But everybody's got to die someplace, sometime. It's something you can't change. Joe.
Yeah.
You going up to your trap line tomorrow?
Yeah, at first light.
Sometime during the day, take a look at McLeod's place. If he's not back tomorrow, I may decide to do something about him.
Okay.
But I can't go sending out search parties after every old reprobate who decides to go and look for a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. You should know that. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
Hey, kids.
I guess he means us.
How do I get to Goose Lake?
Goose Lake?
Yeah, we're going up to spend a couple of days at a friend's cottage.
You aim to get there before dark?
Sure do.
Well, you'll have to move it. It's quite a ways.
Well, not on the map. Can't be more than 25 miles in a straight line.
Yeah, but you can't get there in a straight line. You gotta keep on going until you hit the highway, then turn back east to the Goose Lake side road. If that's open, you're okay.
It'll be open. There are 2 or 3 cottages on Goose Lake, used all year round.
Well, there's some kind of road marked on the map. Goes back through the bush.
Oh, the old logging road, but forget it.
Why?
You couldn't make it at this time of year.
It'll be deep snow, and you haven't even got snow tires.
And I don't think it's gonna be a nice night.
You make it sound like a challenge.
Just don't try it.
Okay, you're the expert. Now, head for the highway, hit east.
That's right.
Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. That guy gives me the willies.
He's the kind of fellow that can cause a lot of trouble for other people.
And himself.
You don't think he'll really try it, do you? The logging road, I mean.
Not really. He couldn't be that stupid.
Anyhow, let's go. We got our own problem.
Yeah, I guess that's the old logging road.
They said not to try it.
Sure, I heard them. Well, they were only kids, you know.
But they live here. I guess they know.
Look, honey, we want to get in before midnight, don't we?
Yes.
All right, well, that road could cut off 30 or 40 miles.
But they said...
I know what they said, or what they were trying to say. Snow, tough going. Well, like I said, it's a challenge. Honey, life is full of challenges. You gotta meet them. Besides, it'll be fun. Come on, let's go.
I just hope he wakes up.
Oh, McLeod.
Yeah, and goes back home.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I guess he had the bit between his teeth.
Look, why don't we go up with Joe tomorrow when he goes up to his trap line?
And?
Well, if old McLeod's not home, we can always start looking for him.
Yeah, and take up the walkie-talkie. If we can't find him, bug George.
You think George would let us have the skidoo?
I guess he might. If we don't tell him, we're gonna bug him.
So that's a deal?
They seem to have got bogged down.
What are we gonna do?
Well, you could sit in the car all night and keep warm. There's plenty of gas. That doesn't get us anywhere. Or walk back to Indian River and get us a tow.
I couldn't. It's miles.
Not you, honey. You just curl up in the car and go to sleep. You know, there's nothing to be scared of. Just make sure you lock the door when you get inside. Well, nothing can happen to you. Besides, I won't be long.
But it's miles.
Oh, can't be more than about 8 if I cut through the bush.
In the snow?
Snow's not deep, just where it drifts. Now, come on. You hop in and quit worrying. I'll be back before midnight. There. Now, nice and cozy in there?
The thermometer's dropping like a rocket.
Yeah, but rockets go up.
Not this one. I bet it gets to 30 below.
Well, why don't you shut the door?
I sure wouldn't want to spend tonight out in the bush.
set?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pick up Joe and then head for McLeod Shack, okay? Hey, isn't it a bit early in the day for a visitor? Hey, it's you. Didn't you make it to Goose Lake?
Bogged down in a snowdrift. Been walking all night. Got lost.
Get him into the fort. I'll call George. XNY 556, B for Bob, calling XNY 556. Come in, please, over.
We'll have something hot for you to drink in a minute. Then you'll feel better.
George is on his way. Can you talk, sir? How come he got into a drift? The roads are all open. The logging road? Well, for crying out loud, we told you, didn't we?
We wanted to make it before dark.
Yeah, well, you didn't, did you? Where's the little girl?
In the car. Well, there's plenty of gas. She'll be all right.
Oh, I bet she had a wonderful night. That's George. He was heading for Goose Lake with a little girl. Took the logging road and got stuck in a drift.
The logging road?
Yeah, we told him, but, well, he knows all about everything, I guess.
This girl, your daughter? You left her in the car?
Will she be okay? There's plenty of gas.
Suppose the engine stalled. It was 35 below zero during the night. How long do you think it would take that car to cool off? Suppose she just couldn't take it. Suppose she panicked and ran.
She's a good kid. She wouldn't panic. Nothing could happen to her.
Nothing. Except cold and terror and eventually...
George, why don't Ted and I take the skidoo, pick up Joe, and try to find the car?
Do that. As soon as you get there, call me at the office.
Okay, let's go.
They say there's one born every minute.
Hey, she's gone. The ignition's on, but the battery's flat. Must have stalled for some reason.
How long ago?
Dead cold. Must have been hours.
Can we trailer?
Oh, maybe. There was quite a wind for a little time this morning. The snow would have drifted. You like to call George?
XNY 556, B for Bob, calling XNY 556. Come in, please, over.
Chubb, what news?
George, the car's empty and cold. We're gonna try and trailer, but the snow's been blowing around quite a bit.
All right, do what you can. And keep your radio open. I'm getting aircraft up. Over. She's wandered away from the car, Mr. Adams. We'll do everything we can to find her. But it may take some time. She may have fallen in the bush and been covered by drifting snow. I think you ought to prepare yourself. When we do find her, it may be too late. You understand?
60 years ago, I could have read it at twice the distance. Lone Lake, I reckon, with north or south. I guess that makes a difference. Hey, George. You don't suppose nobody ever taught you to read? Huh? Yeah, no, I guess not. Yeah. Guess I'll get me some more firewood and try and figure this thing out. where'd you come from? Did you get yourself lost or something? You know you done the right thing. Get lost in the bush. You hole up in some deep snow, go to sleep, forget about it. Keeps you nice and warm. Yeah, I guess you're pretty cold just the same. Something hot to drink and eat, go down pretty good, huh? A warm fire? Huh? Yeah, come along with me and I'll fix it. Well, you think it over, and if you change your mind, it's just back there. Make yourself to home. It's kind of sharp during the night. Yes, right down there. Put this around you, and it'll keep you warm.
Won't you get cold?
Yep. But when you get to be my age, you ain't got no blood left. Nothing to freeze.
I guess you're pretty old.
105.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, hardly nobody does. See, how come you got lost?
The car got stuck in the snow. Daddy went back to Indian River for help. Then I got scared and ran.
Where was this?
I don't know, a long way back.
They'll probably be looking for you. You better get some grub into you and get you back to Indian River as fast as we can.
Where are we?
Way out in the bush.
Are you a prospector?
Yeah? I was just on my way to discover a gold mine, but I left my specs at home. Had her all wrote down on a piece of paper. Well, God darn if I can read it.
I've never seen a gold mine.
Well, there ain't much to see, really.
Do you think we could go and look at it on the way back to Indian River?
Yeah, it's kind of a long way off the route. And besides, I can't read this.
I can read.
Jack Apple Yellow, calling XNY 556B for Bob, over.
Yes, George?
Anything?
No dice. We followed a track for about a mile and then lost him in the drifting snow.
Stay there. I'll fly arcs ahead of you and call if I see anything, over.
Okay, over. Do we just sit here and do nothing? You got any better ideas? No. Too bad.
Yeah, figure it's time we check their bearings.
Up that little valley that got burned off last spring.
Yeah, we was there already.
Over the ridges.
Yeah, we're there now.
Then we ought to see the bluffs.
No kidding?
That's what it says.
Boy, golly, you're right. Hey, you know something? A little bit of practice, you'd be a pretty good prospector.
Jack Apple Yellow calling XNY 556B for Bob, over.
George,
Joe, I've got her.
is she okay?
She's with McLeod. About 10 points west from your present position. 5 miles away. I'm returning to base. Can you pick them up, over?
Sure, we'll get them.
You can't miss them. They're at the foot of a bluff with pine trees on top. Over and out.
They must be looking for you, I guess. we better get back on down to Indian River. Besides, I got a claim to file. High-grade ore. Pure gold, practically.
Just looks like a bit of rock to me.
Well, I guess you gotta have pretty sharp eyesight.
How can you see it?
I don't have to see it. I can smell it. Come on. Let's go.
I'm very glad things have turned out as they have. But just bear in mind you've been darned lucky, and don't do it again.
I won't, Mr. Keeley. I'm afraid I caused a lot of trouble.
You did.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, now, just as soon as I get a few business details fixed up, I'll be in touch, partner.
Okay. Even if it doesn't work out, like you say, it was fun. Well, most of it.
What does she mean, even if it doesn't work out?
Mr. Adams wanted you to have this after he'd gone. A little token, I guess.
Yeah, it's mighty nice of him. Check for $50. What do I want with a check for $50? I'll have a gold mine pretty soon. Hey, kids. Here, take this and put it in the Junior Ranger's kitty.
Gee, thanks, Mr. McLeod.
Well, don't just stand there. Get out. I got business to talk with the chief ranger here. Area I state is, right there. Well, you better register it right away.
Bluff with pine trees on it?
Yeah, bluff with pine trees on it.
I've been thinking about it. Seems to ring a bell.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
That's right. Pine Bluff Mine. Was worked for about 5 years, 70 years ago, and worked right out.
Worked right out.
Clean as a whistle. I guess the entrance fell in years ago. That's why you wouldn't see it. Could be worth about $10. You might find some more of it lying around with luck.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
There's no time. I've been robbed. I gotta get that check back from them kids before they spend the gol darn thing.